earlier this summer, I did some drills on the heavy bag here, and I really like the drills. They're actually, right now, I'm doing sort of a deload week for my training. I train like really hard for 4 weeks. Let's get back into lifting, along with just training hard because I'm having fun because there's no competitions coming up, and I definitely got after it. And so right now I'm sort of letting my body rest for a week, and one of the things I have been doing is doing solo movements as sort of cardiovascular exercise. And so one of the questions I got from that video was if someone was asking, could I show how do the movements work when you're involved in a match? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out a few of the passing movements, and I'm gonna show you guys how they kind of incorporate into the game and like what they would look like during a match or during a roll, that kind of thing. So the spike pressure movement that I did on the heavy bag, its purpose is to get you used to driving from your toes down to the person's body. Now with the spike pressure, what I mean by that is that I'm taking my shoulder and I'm driving into the person's body like a spike. And oftentimes I'll aim right below where the rib cage tapers down. There's a little soft spot here, your solar plexus. And so a lot of times with my shoulder or my head, whenever I use this type of pressure, that's what I'm aiming for, because it's a soft spot. And a lot of times in the gym, I call it the sweet spot, because if you're coming around for a pass and you boom, drive that shoulder in there from the pass, it'll take the wind out of them, and securing side control is a lot easier. So again, that movement, guys, it looks like this, just coming around. You're gonna use this a lot of times when you're in the over-under position, or even when you're doing a standing pass and you come down with the shoulder. So I'm gonna talk about the hop over and the step over in the same breath. The purpose of both of these, so the hop over looks like this, boom, hopping over. And then the step over is where we step over here to the side, step. And again, the purpose of both of these movements is to get around the defense, okay? Because oftentimes people will pass the guard, right? Like let's say that I'm passing the guy, his head's here, the legs are here. I'm passing, the person starts to make space. The legs are coming in front, and instead of stopping or instead of adjusting, they just try to hold on, and the person gets the legs in front. And this is where the hop over comes in, right? Likewise, if we're in a side control and the person starts to get an underhook and starts to turn towards me, their defense is right here. So instead of trying to fight this position by squeezing and adjusting, boom, we go to the other side. And what happens is, because the person that you're going against has committed to one side or the other, it then makes the other side vulnerable if he can get around there, okay? And if you think about boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, it's all the same. You're always trying to create angles so that you can get to your opponent's weakest area, which is always gonna be their back or their sides, okay? Even think about it on a nerdy level, right? Because I'm a history nerd. In strategy, right? The whole point is to either flank or, your opponent, your enemy, or get to the rear where you can attack them from behind where they can't defend as easily. And it's the same thing. We're just trying to get around the person's defense so we can change the angles and get to where they're weaker rather than fight them where they're strongest.